My name is Michael Doolittle, and I want to announce that the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund's Wall That Heals, that's the traveling replica of the wall in Washington, D.C., and I mean a true replica. Every misspelling, every mispunctuation is also on this wall. It is the only wall that is sponsored by the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund, and it's coming to Hilo in January.
The Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund many years ago created a replica of the wall that travels to communities around the country that we call the Wall That Heals. This mobile replica really is about taking the names home to communities large and small to allow people to have that same kind of healing experience, to come and show their respect, to remember those 58,000 whose names are on the wall, as well as the 2.7 million Vietnam veterans who served who returned home. It's a chance to look back and pay their respects to those who answered the call of service to their country, especially those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
To be able to take this around to communities that may not even know anything about the wall or the war, especially for the young kids to come out and see these things and get educated on it. People need to know what these 58,000 plus gave their lives for. Whether they want to hear about it or not, they need to know.
The experience at the Wall That Heals is as you go from one end in toward the center, the wall actually rises up above you so that it's taller than you are, which is one of the key design aspects of the wall in Washington. As you go down one of the walkways, the wall actually rises above you. And I think that has a psychological impact where you actually understand that there is something important here. It is so large that it creates an emotion of power, and you understand you're supposed to stop, you're supposed to think about it. And in this case, you can read the names, you can see your reflection in the wall, and you have to remember why those names are inscribed. These are people who sacrificed their lives for our country.
I get this feeling in my stomach, the pride that you see. When we went into San Dimas, the kids were all along the streets with their American flags. That always chokes me up because I know what it is to serve this country. And we as Americans sometimes don't understand the cost of war. Hate the war all you want, but don't hate the warrior.
I met a couple of guys here this morning, and one guy, I walked up to him and he started crying already. Man, it makes me feel good. Not that he's crying, but that he's here to have bonding with someone and being able to find his buddy on the wall. It means so much.
My personal experience with the wall is that the first time I saw it was in 1998, and it took me 3 hours to get next to it. The second time I saw it was in 2009. It was a little easier, but still difficult. For veterans to see this in their hometown and be able to go there when it's late at night or when they maybe can, in the privacy of their own mind, visit the wall is important. So having it here in Hilo is a very big deal.
I am Julie Ignacio. I am the Hawaii State Regent for the Daughters of the American Revolution. And I am also the co-chair of the Education and Tours Committee for the Wall That Heals-Hawai'i County. My portion is to talk about the education mobile unit and why this is something that's really important for our particular visit to the Big Island. You don't even have this mobile education center when you go to Washington, D.C. to view the wall. So being able to come here to Hilo and see the wall and experience it firsthand as if you were in D.C., and then be able to go to this mobile education center and get more in-depth explanation about the wall and the importance of the wall. You can see artifacts and items that have been left at the wall. There's a multimedia display, as well as information about the Vietnam War that many of us don't even recall. Half of the people that come to this center to see the wall will not have been alive when the war existed. And so this gives us an opportunity in the Education Center to fill in the gaps of our knowledge about the war and about the contribution that our servicemen made through this Vietnam War. The part of the multimedia display is the in memory portion where our local hometown heroes are featured. When we have this education center and the tours that will take place at the wall, tours through the guided education center will take you to the wall, and then it's like a 40 to 45-minute engagement with someone who has come as a member of the traveling wall. And so you're given this guided tour, and it can be up to 100 people in an hour, students or adults, that can be booked into a tour. But you don't have to be a group in order to sign up for a tour. You can just, as an individual, go to the sign up genius at the Wall That Heals-Hawai'i County website and book yourself for a tour. But we don't recommend just showing up at the site, because you might be waiting while these tours are completely full and not be given a chance to experience this education center. So we certainly hope that you will take advantage of not only coming to the wall and experiencing that awe-inspiring glimpse of a friend you've known, or the names of all the people who sacrificed their lives for our country, but you also have an opportunity to go through this education center and gather knowledge for yourself. Well, maybe this is my opportunity to ask everyone who knows about the wall that's coming to promote it for us, because it's really difficult to get the word out to every community association and every group that you know, and all the schools. And so the more of us who are talking about this, the more people will know and be able to come and take advantage of it. I'm expecting parent groups to be able to bring kids in from the other side of the island where maybe the school wouldn't be able to do so. We're hoping that everyone will help us to spread the word about the education and the tour, but also the opportunity to be a volunteer.